Hello everyone and welcome to the last video of the restoration series of the Telefunken Operette 6, because as you might notice I have completed the restoration. But before I show you the remaining things I did, I just would like to thank everyone who subscribed to the channel, because this week I passed the mark of 100 subscribers. Now that doesn't sound a lot compared to some other YouTubers. Let's say it's a very modest milestone, but I'm still quite happy with it. So thanks to everyone who subscribed, and it's nice to have this coincide with finishing this project as well. So yeah, there were only two things left to do here on the radio, and that is I wanted to add Bluetooth to it, and I also wanted to fix the issue that I had with shortwave. So there were, I had a problem with the shortwave reception, and both of those things have been done. So let me show you what I did. Well, yeah, because in the last video I was so anxious to see the chassis back into the cabinet that I now have to debug this shortwave issue with the chassis here inside. So I'm hoping that everything which I need is readily accessible. If it isn't, I'll have to take the chassis out again, but I'll just start trying to figure it out like it is now. Now, one thing I did here is I printed the schematic with all the components removed, which, according to me, are not related to the shortwave. So I deleted everything on here, which is medium wave, long wave, and FM. So this should normally make it a bit easier to try to deduce where the issue is coming from. I also think that it has to be somewhere around here, because everything related to the IF, as soon as it's mixed, let's say in the AM, everything seems to be working fine, and also the long wave and the medium wave are working fine. So I guess that as soon as you move here past the ECH81, which is the mixer, then you just have an AM signal on the IF frequency. So I don't think the issue is further down in the chain. I think it should be somewhere around here. So yeah, one of the things I can start doing is measuring here the components. There are not that many, it's just a couple of capacitors and resistors. I can start checking these and see if I can find some problematic ones. For the rest, I have to think a bit on and check how we are going to find this issue. So just to show you exactly again what is the issue, I have now my frequency generator on 17.8 megahertz, modulating a 400 hertz tone on it. I have the frequency generator attached to the antenna, and if I enable the output, and I have the radio tuned more or less to the 17.8, if I enable the output, see, this is not really 400 hertz, right? And if I tune it, I see. I don't really manage to tune it decently. So I'm really tuning into the frequency generator, but I don't manage to get a decent hit on the station. So yeah, that's the issue, and now we'll have to start hunting for if we can find an improvement somewhere. Well, listen to this. That sounds already a bit more like a 400 hertz tone, right? What did I do? Well, I swapped out the ECH81. Because I noticed that when I was wiggling with the tube, it was fluctuating in the tone and everything. And then I just swapped out the ECH81 and it's much better. So was it just the ECH81 then which was bad? That would have been a very easy fix. Yeah, it's not completely clean. I still have to check a bit here maybe, but yeah, I think the ECH81 was bad. It's funny because it's being used by all the bands, by all the AM bands, also by the FM, but apparently it was only bad for the higher frequency part of the AM, of the shortwave, so the highest frequency that we have. So let's say the issue started really halfway through the band of the shortwave. So in the higher frequency part of the shortwave band, there we had an issue. Alright, so this is a bit of an unusual setup. I've got the radio on its head, and I'm just gonna do the alignment for the shortwave oscillator again quickly now with the new tube. Let's see if it helps and if I can now get it decently aligned. Oh, okay, I got a signal generator here connected to the ECH81 pin 2, that's the grid. I am supplying 17.8 megahertz, which is the upper end of the band for the shortwave. So I have to align F here. So I have to align F here. Ah, that was already too far. I need to put the band spread in the middle. Okay. This is probably going to be really sensitive. I'm going in the wrong direction. I think I heard something. Ah, we're just next to it. Oh, that was very close. Let's see. Yeah, I'm really close. Ah, it's actually okay. Maybe slightly, very slightly. This is perfectly aligned. Yeah, perfect. Okay, the other side. Okay, so the other side is 7.2 megahertz. and that one is way off. Okay, so you have the trick with the solder pump again. See, I'm slowly moving the frequency to the point where it needs to be. We're almost there. There it is. Ha! This is so easy now. I mean, it's pretty clear that there was something wrong with the tube, I think. So see, that was this step over here. Shortwave oscillator. I'm just gonna check if the medium wave oscillator is still okay. Same for the long wave. And if they are, then we're gonna skip to the RF. But before I forget, let's check the other side of the band again. Yeah, it has drifted a bit, so again I need to adjust this one slightly. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm gonna do now and check if the if I still also need to change again the medium wave and the long wave oscillator, because I might have just completely detuned it because the tube was bad last time. Yep, they are also off. So see, I'm getting this tone over here, and the indicator is over there. Yep, I cannot get it onto the indicator, so I guess the one on the other side will has to be adapted quite drastically. It's pretty close, but still not on the indicator. And I have to adjust 14. That's one over there, and let's try the solder pump again. Yeah, it's working. Okay, back to the other side. This was 1450. Yeah, this one is really quite off, and I don't seem to get it back where it should be. Yeah, this is the closest I get it for the medium wave. Let's check if we can fix it in the front end alignment. Now the long wave, perhaps. Long wave is still okay. Okay, I have now the signal generator connected to the antenna input. Let's do shortwave again. Go back to shortwave. Because that was our main patient. Alright, so I was now able to do the AM alignment. So I did a complete AM alignment again. The only thing which I was not able to do is just these two coils here, because those are these hexagonal types, and they are so deep inside that my my trick with the soldering pump didn't work, and I tried a lot of different things as well, and I don't manage to adjust these coils. So these are for the Don't remember, one is for the shortwave, one is for the long wave. So one is the right hand side of the dial for shortwave and the other one is for long wave. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it like it is at the moment. If I ever find a tool that fits on there, I can still adjust it. So yeah, I consider that the alignment done. There's only one thing I also would like to show you now. Look at that, I have a decent S-curve on the FM finally. And I didn't do anything, I just swapped the tube, as you know. And now I really have finally a decent S-curve. I tweaked it still a bit, but yeah, that's how it looks now. I think the tube was just failing on higher frequencies, which is causing also probably distortion on the S-curve on the FM as well. Yeah, the rattling that you're hearing is, I think it's distortion caused by my block of sockets, my power block. I think it's causing distortion on shortwave. Not only on shortwave, also on the other AM bands as well, I think. See, I can demonstrate the fine-tuning now. So the idea is that you pick a station here with the front dial, and then you can do fine-tuning with the back dial, which is normally used for FM. You can do fine-tuning on shortwave.
L'Union européenne a accueilli la réunion informelle des chefs des défenses européennes. Dans son allocution, le responsable de Bucarest a affirmé que la guerre d'Ukraine a changé le regard de l'Europe sur la sécurité et la défense.
Let me give you another example.
Okay, medium wave and long wave, they work pretty good with the built-in ferrite antenna, but I'm just gonna use the same wire I'm using here right now as an antenna.
Над Спартаком в матче 8-го тура российской премьер-лиги. Встреча.
Entonces creo que todos esos fichajes que han llegado en el verano y que, como tú bien dices, pues te gusta y han fichado.
On long wave, there are only 2 or 3 stations, nothing more.
1.4 million homes in the private rented sector in England alone, and they're not included in this.
I can show you maybe the ferrite antenna right now. If I unplug the antenna here.
I hope you'll mention the fact that shared owners' rents aren't included.
See, it's actually even a bit better.
Now, these are people who are part buying, part renting.
Minutes ago and went back to them for some more information. The shared owners' rents aren't indeed included.
Ouais, puis tu vois, c'est un petit truc, alors le poteau de Golovin, c'est toujours la même chose.
Okay, yeah, so just to show you, shortwave, there is nothing there with the built-in antenna.
Many citizens are very worried.
Only the very strong stations, they come through, I think. That's it. And also very silently. Okay, FM, so this is with the built-in dipole.
Et s'il n'y a pas les lettres, il peut y avoir les notes, il peut y avoir les mélodies, il peut y avoir des compositeurs. Et...
Ja, die vorige bal was goed en de Rijk die staat daar alleen en die gaat komen inlopen. Daar komt die bal.
Ouais, mais je veux dire, Yann Vertongen est quelqu'un qui est pas individualiste, mais quand même par moment le non-verbal.
Si, c'est stats, tout ça, et John a raison, c'est cap, etc. Il y tient beaucoup, c'est quelque chose auquel. Et je comprends, c'est légitime, hein, c'est bien. Je veux dire, Raymond Momens qui reste le joueur le plus capé de. Go.
Et donc c'est un adolescent qui n'a jamais voulu vieillir. Et c'est comme ça
In het ijshockey bij de vrouwen is Canada voor de 12e keer wereldkampioen geworden. Canada versloeg de Verenigde Staten met 2-1 in de finale in Herning in Denemarken.
Sportza.
So yeah, as you hear, it's sounding quite great, I think, on FM. Now there is only one thing that we are still left to do, and that's the Bluetooth. So let me get to work for that one. Now the eagle-eyed viewers amongst you might have already noticed, but I made a small preparation on the chassis for the Bluetooth model just before I put the chassis back into the cabinet. So let me show you what I did. So I did a small preparation here for the Bluetooth model which I want to install. Now the issue with these Bluetooth models is that they can cause interference when you're listening to the radio, because they are always on, because they get their power from the heater supply. So I mounted here a switch which I can use then when installing the Bluetooth model to switch on and off the Bluetooth model. And the switch is basically connected here behind the bottom of the pickup input. So I just made here a small bracket, see, which I mounted into a hole which was already existing, see, like this one over here. So this hole already existed, and I made a small bracket and I mounted a switch on the bracket, and that switch is then, I don't know if you can see it over there, but it is touching the arm here of the pickup input. So see, when I now select pickup input, the switch is made, and when I select something else, contact is open, so the Bluetooth board is switched off. Okay, so I took here 6.3 volts from the heater supply of this tube, and I am going to use them to power the Bluetooth board. And I ran the ground side of the heater supply here through the switch. Normally I like to use the 6.3 volts from one of the dial lamps, but here they are quite well isolated, so I picked this tube over here. Yeah, so that should be fine. And here there is also the audio cable that I soldered to the pickup input. It's some shielded audio cable, and that will be used for the output of the Bluetooth receiver. So the wiring here is done, I think, and now we're gonna mount the Bluetooth board in the cabinet. So a quick check to see if it is working, if my switch is working. So the radio is now on shortwave, medium wave, long wave, yeah, nothing, and now on pickup input. Yep, there it is. So the switch is working fine. This is really great. And now I'll go ahead attaching the audio as well. Okay, so I got the board hooked up. This is the Bluetooth board. So this one has been designed by Manuel Caldera. So this is the Bluetooth module. This is a section which transforms or converts the 6.3 volts AC to the 5 volt DC for the Bluetooth board, and this is a small amplifier to pump up the signal a bit, because the signal that comes out of the Bluetooth module is a bit too low, or a bit low compared to the radio reception. So just to pump it up a bit so it's more or less on the same level, and you see it's working. But I have a small issue, that there is a bit of distortion on the sound, which is mostly noticeable with piano music. Let me show you as well. You hear that? So that's not great. So I've been searching a bit where the issue is, and I think I found it. And I found it by installing an app on my phone, which is a signal generator, and then I applied a applied a 400 hertz tone via Bluetooth, and then I could see that when I only output the tone on one channel, so left channel or right channel, then it's slightly distorted, and if I output it on both, then it's clear and crisp. And so the issue is here with the way that the stereo is converted into mono, because the radio is mono and the output of the Bluetooth is stereo, and I am converting here the stereo by simply shorting the two pins here on the output together. And this is apparently causing the issue, because if I short it out here on the Bluetooth module itself, then the distortion is gone. Let me show you as well. I think it's easier if I show it with a tone. So I'm now playing a 400 Hz tone via Bluetooth, and you can clearly hear, only on the left channel I'm playing the tone, and you can clearly hear the distortion. You can also see it on the scope, see. And if I now short these two pins here, see, distortion is gone. So I'm now shorting these two pins here on the board itself. Okay, so another small modification I'm gonna make. I'm not sure, can you hear still quite a bit of distortion? I'm going to hold the microphone in front of the speaker a bit. Just 1 second. Not sure if it'll pick up on the video, but yeah, you can clearly hear a bit of rattling. So what I did now is I'm playing music via Bluetooth, but I turned the volume all the way down on my phone and the volume all the way up on the radio, just to hear any sort of distortion which is caused by the transmission of Bluetooth. And you can hear some. See, I put now the microphone against the speaker of the radio, and I think you should hear it. And what I found was that it's caused here by this area on the PCB. If I just put a piece of metal over it, it goes away completely. I'm just going to apply that piece of metal tape there decently. Alright, we've got the Bluetooth board working completely fine and completely silent as well, no distortion. So see, I just shielded off this entire area over here, including the pins where the audio was connected on the board. So this section over here, I also shielded this off. Obviously make sure that everything is well isolated over there. I put some heat shrink on the pins and I shielded off this entire area, and now the distortion is basically gone. So yeah, very pleased with this result. And let me show you how it sounds, because I think it sounds really well. Okay, so I've got some royalty-free music playing via Bluetooth, and I've got the microphone here nicely in front of the radio. So yeah, let me just show you how it sounds.
stellen. En die ging eigenlijk over hoe hij zijn toekomst nu ziet. Want ja, hij is, zoals je zegt, de populairste zanger van het moment. En nu heeft hij dan ook ineens een acteercarrière. Binnenkort bijvoorbeeld speelt hij ook in My Policeman. Dus ik heb hem dan gevraagd of hij die twee dingen allebei zou...
Alright, I think that's about it for this radio. Yeah, I think I've done everything that I wanted to do. Ah, no, there is only one small thing left. I'm not gonna show it on video. It's just replacing the 2-wire power cord with a 3-wire cord, so then I can ground the chassis. It's a bit better. But I'm not gonna put it on camera because it's not that much of an added value. And obviously here, the brass covering plate here, I will find one in the future. No worry, they are not that difficult to find. But yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, it took me quite a bit of time. I think we are at like 10 or 11 videos. And yeah, but I am really pleased with the result, how it turned out. It's the first time that I am restoring a radio this thoroughly. It's the first time that I'm doing a complete makeover of the cabinet, applying new lacquer and everything. I had never done that before. So for me it was also a bit of a learning curve, but yeah, the result, I mean, I'm really happy with the result. And as I said, we are now at video 10 or 11, I'm not sure, I forgot. So if you're still watching after all these many videos, I would like to thank you a lot for staying with me. It took me most of the summer, I think, to complete this project, but it was definitely worth it, I think. So yeah, what's next on the channel? I have some things in mind. I have some new projects. I have actually a real queue of projects waiting. Not all of them are radios, so the next thing will probably not be a radio, but you'll see that when it happens, right? I'm not gonna spoil anything. So yeah, so again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the series, remember I have also the series still online for the Grundig transistor radio and then the Grundig 5195. You can watch those as well. You can subscribe to the channel, that's always very much appreciated. Like the video, share it with like-minded people, with other people in the same hobby. So yeah, again, thanks a lot. I'll see you next time, and take care. Bye bye.